Well, here we are, guys. We did that live stream and you said you wanted to see the adventure. Well, there's the adventure. We're headed to western Kansas, and all western Kansas has to offer is flatter land and what do you say, Dad?
They got the largest hand dug well.
Woo!
And they got the world's largest ball of twine.
Sounds exciting.
They got Rock City out there somewhere. You know what it is?
Bunch of rocks.
Bunch of rocks.
Damn. So it sounds like a really exciting excursion.
Yeah,
I was telling Dad, I think the coolest thing out west Kansas is probably Dodge City.
Dodge City is cool.
Dodge City is cool.
It's just another town once you get past the old cow town. Abilene's got an old cow town.
Yeah, it's true. But there's the adventure, guys. If we find anything cool, I'll let you know.
Never go antique shop.
We could go antique. There's a lot of good antique shops out this way. Antique stores are always cool. So I'll show you guys if we find anything. If not, well, you'll pop up in Moreland, Kansas, 5 hours away from home, looking at a new baby Hemi. Well, we found the Sapp Brothers truck stop.
Get me corn dog.
Time for a good old corn dog. So, yeah, hope you guys are enjoying that little bit of drivey footage. So, well, we made it to Salina, Dad.
Yes, we did.
That's technically the halfway point, but we're gonna stop in here at the machine shop. We use Advanced Engine Machine, visit with Mark, ask him a couple of dumb questions. I don't know. We don't get to see Mark very often. We like Mark. He's a pretty cool dude, so we're getting ready to pull up to his machine shop, the old brick building. Anyway, curious, Mark is kind of TV famous because he builds the engines for the farm truck off Street Outlaws. But he does other cool shit.
What about farm?
Up there. Second parking lot. Right there. Old machine shop. This place is really cool on the inside too. It's like an old school speed shop, so you can't let me do that. So we're gonna go in here, visit with Mark, and see you guys later. Alright, we're back on the road. How was the visit, Dad?
Good visit.
I like Mark. How long did we spend in there? 20, 30 minutes?
Probably.
Yeah. Asked Mark a bunch of Hemi crap, told him about our adventure. Nice guy, great machinist. Just really cool too. So now we're gonna get back on the road. We got about 2.5 more hours probably. We'll make it to our destination and early Hemi dreams and adventures begin. So see you guys when we make it to Moreland, Kansas. Oh, Dad, what do you gotta say about the Taco Grande taco burgers?
I don't know. Hope they taste as good as they used to.
All I can say is I feel sorry for the next toilet we meet.
Oh, yeah.
On to the adventure. Where are we, Dan?
Moreland, Kansas.
Looking to Moreland. Population of 126, I believe. It's funny, we asked Mark, we're headed to Moreland. He's like, where the hell is that? Well, there's some old stuff right. That's Dave's place right there. Found it immediately. Ah, that's where my Hemi is. Live as if we needed directions. Jeez.
There's your motor, probably.
That is my motor right there. And there's the chassis was sitting on the big bed on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's my Hemi. He got her pole. There you go. Wow, that looks really small from up here.
Sweet in the shop there. Somebody is.
Yeah. Well, let's check her out.
He's got up there.
Look at all this cool stuff. Man.
It's bored out to be a exact fit for a tennis ball, and then you could pack it full of a few tablespoons of gunpowder, and then you went kind of a long fuse on it. But yeah, I'd shoot it clear to that highway up there.
Oh shit! Oh god! If my luck, I'd hit somebody.
The reason I know, because I put one of those fluorescent tennis balls in it one time.
Yeah.
And some guy said he'd seen it over there on the highway.
Man, that'd been something else.
They're shooting at me.
Let's go for a tour, Dave.
Okay. What do you want to look at first?
I don't know.
Here and this.
This is your place. There's the frame that 270 came out of.
Yeah, see, my ground here goes clear to those trees back there in the back there.
Wow.
And then it goes to the north side of the river.
I like your land you got.
This used to be the Moreland High School football field down here.
Wow.
Where them two poles were standing up on the other side. That was part of the goal post there.
Oh, them old welders over there.
Yeah, old Hobart. The reason I got so many of those is those come out with a Willys Jeep engine on them.
Oh, yeah.
And got an old boy in England, he restoring Army Jeeps, and they just got to be exactly what he wants. But these are the only kind of equipment they used. It says right on it, Willys Jeep on the motor, a little four-cylinder. He pays me a fortune to get those things, and he says just can't find them nowhere. And I found him 4 of them so far.
I had a 400 Hobart old one. It was about that, looked like that. It only had a slant 6 Chrysler Industrial in it. I worked in the rock quarries a lot. That was back in the 80s.
That's why I couldn't understand why that one had that little 4-cylinder in it, because I've been around those for a long time, and a lot of times they put the slant 6 or they put the 300 Ford engine in them.
Right. Well, that was the best welding machine I ever had, but sitting around the quarry, it got dusted in on the brushes and stuff.
Now that gray one with the oval shaped tank,
Yeah.
that one had one of those kind of motors, and that from off of a Navy ship.
No kidding.
Wow.
They had it right on there, and it was probably real low hours on that one because it welded beautiful. But the guy said, I'll just buy it, you keep the welder.
No.
Okay.
Building up bars in the quarry one time, and a fan belt came off, and of course they didn't have any safety shutdowns on them, and he cracked the head. We took it to the shop and got it fixed. It never was the same. It never was the same.
Oh, that's what that
It's got
is.
a fire dome engine in it.
It's a Chrysler?
Yeah.
That should have a firepower being a Chrysler.
Yeah, maybe it is a firepower.
That might be kind of a special car. It would be a special car. That's worth some money.
I could probably sell you that one real cheap.
I like that idea.
A friend of mine brought it up here, and he's going to want me to sell it for quite a while for him. But it's got a boatload of nice chrome on that car.
Those are beautiful cars.
And that motor still turns over on that motor.
Well, I got a wasp on me.
Nah, I wouldn't let him bite you though.
They don't eat bud.
Now, normally I don't bother him, but he was starting to get a little comfortable.
See that old Dodge pickup over there? That would be something you ought to put your Hemi in.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be
This thing was...
about the right era. What year is it? 56 maybe?
I don't know them that good.
I got a Dodge over there that is probably supposed to have a Hemi in it, but it's got a that red one.
That's a really cool Chrysler Windsor. Check out these door handles. Just don't make them like that no more. Attention to the little things. And that dash cluster. This thing would be cool. Needs work. It would be cool. If anybody's got any interest in any of this stuff here at Dave's, you email me and we'll get you hooked up with Dave. Maybe sell a vehicle or two. I don't know about the big trucks. He may not sell the big trucks, but just let me know. It's some cool stuff. It's a Spitfire. Early polyhead. That's really unique. That's weird. Spitfire and a Chrysler. Huh. Wow. That's really cool. I've never seen that. Legitimately says Spitfire. 2-barrel. Motor mounts look kind of new. Damn.
Yeah, look at this old pickup, bud.
I see it. That's,
You done looking at the car?
well, no, but truck. I'm not even sure what year that is. That would be cooler than hell. It's got the fridge style door handles. That is really cool.
Yeah, this has got a V8 in it.
Probably be an early poly head. Yeah, that's an early poly. That's a 318 poly. This isn't. This must be like a 67 or something. 66, 65.
See, that water pump looks like it would almost fit your Hemi there. You know?
That is a different looking water pump. Those crank pulleys down there. That crank pulley's worth money, Dad. You know why? That's the same crank pulley used on a 426 Hemi. Single groove pulley. And the same thing for the water neck right here. These special water necks, that flat provision right there. That and that crank pulley are the same on a 426.
Really?
Makes them worth money.
Looks like the pack rats are wanting to get in here for winter.
Yeah, they got some fresh stuff in here.
That they do. This is a cool truck.
Yeah, but this will test your patience to see what it take to make it run again.
I don't think I'd be making that run. I think that'd be the perfect candidate for that little Hemi.
Yeah, it would be. These Dodges like this were kind of neat. They even made one that looked
That's got a
little bit
hydraulic
different.
clutch.
They had one with fins on the back end of it.
Oh,
yeah, those
yeah.
swept lines are really cool.
But they even had a fiberglass box. You know, when Chevy was making those Cameo pickups with the fiberglass, they looked like the back end of a station
Like
wagon.
a car almost, yeah.
They use the same cab, but they put a fancy box on the back of them.
Yeah, look at that. It's got a hydraulic clutch there. That's nifty.
Very nice.
Yeah. That's actually really cool how they got all that set up down there. I like this truck and I like that car. Don't need another project, but I like them both. These are really cool.
They didn't terribly beat up.
It's not bad.
Missing some of the chrome and stuff.
Yeah, that stuff. It wouldn't be easy to find, but these door handles, I remember watching a documentary on how they open. They called them like a door free, like a fridge door.
Mm-hmm.
Like an old Kelvinator, how they open up.
Yeah. And it's got the big back window in it.
That is
nice.
true. And it's not broke, thank God. Needs a new weather stripping. Window's about to fall out of it. But I'm sure you can get that and everything. This is a pretty neat old truck.
It ain't all rotted out for sure.
And you got,
Regular chrome there.
yeah, you get some of the emblems which can be fixed. Hopefully the other way up near the E. I'm gonna probably have people messaging me on the old YouTube trying to see if they could buy this old girl.
Shot, I'll bet you make money on it. How's that sound?
Well, if we're gonna sell it, we're just gonna go to you. It's gonna go in your pocket, Dave.
Well, they won't go in my pocket. I'm selling this for a friend of mine too.
Oh.
Another old Dodge truck. Similar to what mine would have probably been. Dave's got some really, really cool stuff. This green engine over here has got my interest. Falling in love with it already. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need that. That is exactly what I thought it was. I need this in my life. I need it bad. Well, that'd be the purpose. You get a Detroit and a warm clock. As soon as it starts up, the first thing you want to do is go shut the damn thing off.
Look at how these guys got this truck.
Wow. And that's the cab off that.
Yeah. But everywhere you look, there was holes in it. But, yeah, there's that air breather that you could.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You could have that if you want it.
And it's a butterfly hood too. And it's a job rated truck.
The radiator shot full of holes.
See, that's got to be a 55 era truck, yeah.
That's what you need. Drive that downtown.
Hey, that might be kind of a booger to get off of. And that is the chassis my Hemi is from. Boy, oh boy. That is cool. It's amazing that little 270 powered this big truck. All this stuff. Wow, that's a heavy duty frame. Oh.
I'll throw them back there that way the next time I know where they're at.
All right, now I'll carry that. Excavated that off the truck that the Hemi came out of.
Sounds like we need to all team up and go in business building weird stuff.
I like that. We all kind of like the same weird, goofy stuff.
We call everything a Dodge.
And then it's worth a bunch of money. I like that truck.
My trouble is I just don't have no time.
This one looked bad if you sawed this off right about here and weld it to the wall in your building or
Oh yeah, that would, yeah. It'd
all
make,
them bullet holes in there and everything is aged just about right.
oh yeah.
The bullet holes give it character.
That is true. At least we got documentation of what that engine came out of.
I'd be ashamed to saw them gold wing.
Yeah.
This was a hog ranch when I bought it. And old timers that used to play football down here, they always called this Swine Stadium down here.
Fine.
It used to be a hog ranch. That is cool.
How long ago was that?
Oh, school's been out of business about like 15 years now. But they used to have bleachers, and then they had concession stands. And then
I'll be
the
damned.
high school in town here is vacant, and so is a grade school. Everything kind of went out of Moreland here, but
You're gonna need that little dozer before we leave,
That
Dad.
was cool. Yeah.
that one's kind of neat. It's got an angle dozer on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we need that Detroit too, Dad.
What do you need that Detroit for? You know how heavy that sucker is?
It don't matter. That thing's just cool. You know,
You
everybody.
wouldn't want a little 3-cylinder Detroit like that, would you?
I would, yeah. That don't matter what size the Detroit is. I'm out here on an excursion for Dad, little D4. Oh, this thing is cool. Yeah, we're gonna own this too someday. This thing's awesome. It's gonna be covered in stickers, but see there. This thing's really neat. We gotta own it, Dad.
Huh?
We gotta own it. It's adorable. It's cool.
See how it's got this angle dozer on it? This is kind of a real hard to find you. And turn there, and you like run into something, and not a shorter dozer blade. Any angle you're going to get
Right.
going, and there's probably another holes up and down in the frame here that'll fit your repin it.
For backfilling ditches and stuff.
Yeah.
Remember when I got on my dozer kick, Dad? I wanted to buy a dozer just for.
He wanted to buy a dozer just to drive around.
Why not?
Well, if it decides tearing up the pasture.
This one's got bullet holes in it too.
God, somebody got nuts with a gun.
It's still got a pretty decent paint job on it. Someone like just recently painted it.
Yeah, it's got that little. Dad had a motor grader with that kind of a rope start pony motor on it. An old 112 motor grader.
That's the biggest trouble around here is motor ball. Yeah.
Oh, dang it. Probably wouldn't take much. I don't know.
We need it, Dad.
I just.
For our driveway.
Yeah. Just taking pictures.
What, an old airport tug?
Yeah.
This thing's cool. This thing with the early Hemi in it.
Well, you put that little V4 in there and that 3-speed transmission, you'd be in bed.
Or early Hemi.
You know these guys are collecting little antique lawnmower engines and stuff? And that's got a little bitty cylinder. That was only about this long in there.
Wow.
Waukesha, I guess. It was a forklift at one time.
That thing would be fun just to toot around on.
Now, I don't know how old that thing is.
That'd be fun just to play around on. And for anybody curious, there it is. Our 270 red Ram with a transmission. Yeah, she don't look like much right now. Actually, she looks pretty damn awesome. I couldn't be any happier. I think this thing's gonna be a badass engine. We got one smooth valve cover, one that says red Ram. Try and document everything on this engine as possible as it's been found. Got two center dump manifolds. As you can see, starter. Got a Ford starter solenoid, which means this isn't from a truck. Actually says red Ram. And the front crank pulley, it's got a balancer on it, or whatever that is. But she's complete down to the timing pointer and everything. There she is. Well, what do you think about Dave, Dad?
I think you're pretty cool.
Dave was really cool. Let us tour everything. We finally recorded someone's place when we went and bought a bunch of crap. Now we bought the baby Hemi, which is loaded up on its way home. I think it's cool. Really cool. And we're trying to get out of Moreland, Kansas, but instantly stalled out. Oh, the big combine guy finally waved. Dad's had this little game trying to get people to wave back at him. Probably out of 50 cars, he's gotten 3 waves.
Used to be able to get people to wave. I don't know what's happened to the world.
Old ways are dying. But if anybody saw anything in Dave's lot that they wanted to buy, potentially, get a hold of me. Email's down in the description below. We'll get you hooked up with Dave, and you might be able to come home with something, because some stuff actually really reasonable. There's that Dodge truck and that Chrysler. If we had more room, they'd be coming home too. But I'll see you guys when we get back home. What'd you find, Dad?
Found the world's largest ball of twine.
Largest ball of twine?
Yeah.
Son of a gun, it's painted like a pumpkin. World's largest ball of sisal twine.
8 million feet long, 20,000 pounds.
That's what you want to strive to do with your free time.
Roll up a bunch of twine.
Yep. Oh, that's pretty cool. All right, on the way home.
Well, we used to weld like a lot of pipelines for the Denver Water Board. We laid these great big, like 6-foot pipelines, water lines.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is they jam them together, and they got a big O-ring, and they pop them together, and we had to weld a ring around. The bevel on them was kind of floated up like this, and we'd put this big ring in there, and had to weld them on the inside and the outside to keep them from blowing apart.
Wow.
They had an O-ring in them about that big. And I worked with this old guy, and he was a welder for years, and he liked to build his own welders. But we had nice welders, or we wouldn't have got the job, you know. We had nice Lincoln welders on our truck. But as soon as the inspectors would quit messing with us, we would get some old homemade welders out. And he had one that was a Wilson Hornet, and it had a slant 6-cylinder on it. And we never had the governor set right on that thing, and you'd hit. And we was burning some big rods, like 3/16 rods. We had to burn them just to get going, you know, fast on that. And we was welding everything downhill, but we'd use that 60-10 welding rod. We'd crank them old things up to about 300 amps, and boy, we could just float the beads on there. And but anyway, his governor wasn't right, so we would pop, you know, strike an arc, and you had to back off real quick, and then just all done a bunch of this stuff for a little bit. Then all of a sudden, then just about the time when it was starting to mellow out, we'd pop that thing back on.
Right.
On there. Boy, it just weld beautiful. If you didn't do it that way, it would blow a hole in that 1/2-inch pipe from 3 inches big.
That'd be fun to
It
film.
was just like a cannon going off, and we was doing that.
Man.
That governor wasn't idling her down, it was just going wide open.
He had too much slack in his governor rods, and he just never did mess with it to fine tune it. But we didn't argue, and blow a hole that big. There wasn't no patching that hole.
No.
Huh.
Besides, they wouldn't have let us do that too often, because they was pretty picky on.
Oh, man.
They didn't want to see no undercuts, or everything had to be just so on them.
Oh, yeah.
Then I got a chance. Well, they had another guy. He'd come out and cut. He had a little machine, and he'd at random he'd just cut a little chunk of your weld out, a little square plug, and then they had to take them in and test them, bend them, and this and that. I got to thinking, you know, they never asked that guy if he knows how to weld. He'd cut this plug out, and then he had these little plates already made. It was all beveled out and everything. He'd stick that little plate back in there and weld it. And they never once asked that guy if he even really knew how to weld or
that
not.
could have been.
And so I applied for that job, and that was the best job I ever had. All I had to do is go out, and any time I felt like it, I just cut a piece out. And if you really wanted to get a guy fired from the job, which I never did, but if you really wanted to get a guy fired, you'd cut the plug out right where he stopped and started, because that weld,
That'd
not
be the
no,
bad spot.
it's not no good for 2 inches one way or the other. It won't pass any test. It'll look nice, but it won't pass any test. It's too brittle. And then when the welder finally gets to burning a little better, then it starts doing a better job welding. But I used to have guys practically begging me not to fire. I said, no, you get out of line, I'll just cut it right here, and you'll be all over for you. Don't fire.
Oh, man.
But I never did that. And then another thing me and that old guy did is, when all these young kids got out of like welding school, the first thing they wanted was a welding truck. So we'd go buy welding trucks, and we'd put the shine on them and really fix them up. We'd take pictures of them and put them down at the certified welding school on the billboard.
Yeah.
We'd sell a welding truck about every hour or two
very
if we
nice.
could get that many of them.
Right.
But everybody thought just because they went to school, they was professionals and they ought to have a welding truck.